facility. The mound, home plate, and the 2 dugout mounts. Gutierrez, a drive to deep left field. Bye-bye baseball. Mets on the board as Daiverson Gutierrez cranks his second home run of the season.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Ernest Dove, New York Mets Dove Report. Let's continue the countdown of my top 30 prospects in the Mets organization. I'm going young once again at number 26. Young catching prospect, 20 years old. He'll be 20 during the entire 2026 season. Catcher Daiverson Gutierrez, one of the record-breaking IFA signings from a few years ago, where his record has now been broken every season for the last 2 or 3 years. Last season, in 2025, he played all 91 games in Low A with the St. Lucie Mets. He played as a 19-year-old last season. He ended up hitting .242 with a .362 on-base percentage, helped by 53 walks to 58 Ks. Really good kind of ratio, in my opinion, for a 19-year-old catcher at the Low A level. He's said to have a very strong arm. Looks like he wasn't throwing a lot of batters out, so maybe it's more behind the scenes, plate, footwork, accuracy, pop time. Let's see how those things continue to progress for Daiverson Gutierrez to show off the very strong arm in the next few years to come. Talking with staff from last year, some of the positive things about him are his emotions, balancing things, not letting things get too negative. He's one of those guys, even as 19, if he strikes out a few times, he'll make a good play in the field. If he makes an error, he can still make the big hit. They feel like he has the maturity, the personality, the leadership qualities on that end to be a balanced guy who can handle the grind of pro baseball. One of the positive things I want to see, comment on, report on for guys like this as 19, 20-year-olds in prospects in this system. I still see him overall be a bit of a work in progress. I know people have him even higher ranked than Giovanni Rodriguez, which I disagree. I have Giovanni Rodriguez ranked higher. I'll be talking about him later in my rankings. But I do like Daiverson Gutierrez. I have been respectfully projecting him as a backup catcher in the major leagues. That's something I'm not even sure if I should change my mind off of the good ratios, not showing a lot of power last year, but that type of plate discipline up the levels, if he can continue to have that, maybe he can grow into an everyday catcher. But some of my opinions, maybe even again, if he gets his glove right, does even better. I was comparing him as a teenager to like a young version of an Ali Sanchez, who's gotten a few sniffs in Major League Baseball with some teams. He's been back to the Mets organization at times, a former prospect catcher, if a lot of you guys are aware of Ali Sanchez. But these national publications are ranking Daiverson Gutierrez pretty high, and I think it's because of the arm and the plate discipline. Let's see how things continue to develop for him in 2026. I would like to see him kind of get pushed a bit. He played a whole year in Low A, so even as a 20-year-old, I would go ahead and, project, hopefully he'll break camp in Brooklyn, where pretty much nobody's offensive numbers are going to look good one way or another. So we'll see how things go for him in 2026 overall. I'll continue to kind of review things, talk about how he does throughout the season, but keep in mind, this is a good guy to pay attention to. In the few years to come, is he some future version of a Luis Torrens? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Thank you guys for continuing to watch these videos. I'll be on to number 25 and all the way up to number 1. Thank you for the ongoing support. I'll see you next time.